Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of February 9th through the 15th. And during that time, we'll first have a waxing gibbous, which is a really good time for a deeper understanding and outlook and acting on your intuition and introspection. We will then have a full moon on the 12th, and that could be a little bit of a disruptor, heightened emotions, maybe a little snappy and irritable, or changes in your sleeping patterns. So pay attention to that on the full moon and just be aware, if you're feeling that way, to kind of manage that. And then we'll then move into the waning gibbous, which is kind of that breathing out from that kind of, full moon energy. So really good time for self-reflection and rebirth. So please keep those moon energies in mind as you move through your week. This will be an intuitive general reading for things that you may or may not encounter this week. So, of course, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't for someone else. All right, Scorpio, your overall message card for this reading: a personal issue reaches resolution. All right, let's see what the Scorpio Collective has going on this week. As I'm shuffling the tarot cards, I'd like to remind you to get out in nature this week. Maybe take a walk in the woods, find a really nice park, an area with a really nice view, and just take time to really stop and connect with nature. Just my little message for the week. We had an ice storm here the other night, and it was just so pretty. Just on the trees, and just as light would come through those trees and hit the ice, and it's just so pretty. Anyway, all right. Scorpio, February 9th through 15. A personal issue reaches resolution. All right, let's see what the Scorpio Collective has going on this week. Your present energy, Page of Pentacles. So, looks like we've got some sort of new path in the way of your material world. This could be a new job that you found. This could be some, new investment. This could be a change really in your living space. Maybe you're moving to a new house or a new apartment, or just kind of changing locations. So some sort of new path here in your material world, in material or financial world. Current situation is the Ace of Pentacles. So this is new path, and this is definitely some new thing that is coming in for you, coming in doubly strong here with both of these cards. So so some of you may have some changes again in the way of maybe your job or your living condition or something. There's something in your material world that's definitely, there's some movement there for sure. New things too. At the root of your situation, okay, is the Death card. So this could be, some sort of change or ending. This could be, the death card doesn't always mean actual death. Of course, it could be that someone has died and you've come into some money, for some of you. For others, it could be that you're out of a job. Maybe you've lost your job and it's causing you to move on and move into a new area to get another job. Could be that your position has been canceled, your job position, and all of a sudden you're kind of forced to think about, how you're going to move forward in the world in a different way. Maybe you're back out into the job market. So yeah, some sort of definite ending for you in some area again. um, Job, house, could be so many different things here. In your recent past, is you've been, kind of, there's a little celebration. You're coming out of a place where you're feeling like, yeah, I'm doing pretty good, doing okay. So that's okay. You've got that kind of confidence behind you. You know that when things are good, things are good. What's on your mind this week is the Queen of Wands. So, maybe you're trying to explore things that you're passionate about, and thinking, I've, if it's an ending somewhere, maybe the next part of your exploration when it comes to your, like, your financial stability or how you make your money, maybe you're going to choose something that you're a little bit more passionate about. And I mean, a lot of times you have a job as a job, and you get up and and go do that thing every day. And maybe you're just not really feeling that passion, that much, that much passion for the thing. And could be time for some of you to really let that passion guide you into being the way that you now make your money. What is it if you do something that you love, the money comes in and you never work a day in your life. You're just doing something that you really love to do. So for some of you, that could be a change that's coming about for you right now. What is just ahead of you is all the choices. So and I'm really feeling, be careful what you choose. Be careful what you choose, because you do want it to be something that you're passionate about. And your overall message here: a personal issue reaches resolution. And it could be that your personal issue is that you have not enjoyed this job, this thing that's ending. And it may be, again, like I said, I'm using job as one example, that it's a job ending, or you've come into some money, you've come into some financial gain in some way, and you have a lot of choices in how to move forward, how to spend that money. But make sure that you're not choosing the non-passionate thing. What is it that really does, light your fire and get you excited about getting up in the morning, and just really just being really happy about how you're about to spend your day. So keep that in mind as you're making those choices. Don't choose the easy thing, I guess. In your advice position is to maybe go ahead and grieve this loss. Go ahead and let this go. If you're prone to not feel things, if there has been a death or some big change, if there's been a change in your job, let's say that um maybe it's a breakup and you're going to be moving to a new place. You have to grieve, you have to really feel those things. And in your advice position is to, yeah, you have some choices to make and you've got some things changing, but go ahead and let yourself feel the things that are going on around you, because they're intense, and you need to feel those feelings so that you can move forward. Just get through those feelings. So that's in your advice position. Beyond your control this week is some indecision. So, again, you've got all these choices here. We'll see what your outcome card gets to. I'm not sure if you're going to make a decision, but it's beyond your control to kind of be indecisive this week, and that's okay. I mean, if you're dealing with some big blow, something that's just come at you, and it's very confusing to have all these different choices and things going on. You've got this grief. It's okay to be indecisive. You don't need to make big decisions this week. Sometimes there's times to make decisions and times to not do that. So again, if you need to sit in those feelings, that's okay. You don't need to make big decisions. Life will be there next week, I assure you. Secret desire, what you're trying to avoid. So, this is kind of a card of community and coming together, to have some kind of support. Is that what your secret desire is? Or are you trying to avoid that? Only you can answer in that position. But, a card in this position to me is the question. It just means it's the question you need to ask yourself this week. So, do you want some like support from your friends and family as you go through this, or are you trying to avoid that? And you have to ask yourself that question, come to that conclusion on your own. And if you are trying to avoid it, ask yourself why. If you are seeking it, ask yourself why. Just make sure you really understand why you're putting each foot in front of the other every day, right? So ask yourself that question there. And your outcome position is moving on. So we started over here with a 6, and here's another 6. We have another one here on the table. 2, 3, 5. Okay. Um, so, and both of these cards are kind of, look at the direction they're moving in. Everybody here on the table is moving forward. You've got a couple, it's a couple of, I call these, the people that are contemplating. And this one too. When you see the back, you're kind of, it's that you're thinking about the future. This one's kind of dealing with things as you move towards your future, dealing with grief and kind of ignoring, these cups that are behind them, right? This one, we've got it back, but it's making future decisions. But here are future thoughts and moving towards those and moving towards a new way of thinking and a new way of communicating. So, not a bad card there in your outcome position. What is being hidden from you this week at the bottom of the deck is the Empress. And much like right here, not making a decision with this too, the Empress being hidden from you is also saying don't start anything new. Don't start anything new this week. Get through whatever this kind of, if it's chaos, if it's a disruption, if it's the ending of something, feel those feelings, get through that, and you can think about these things. You can, have these thoughts, but I wouldn't start anything new. I wouldn't make any big decisions. I just wouldn't do it this week. Just kind of let yourself get through the week. All right, final message here for Scorpio. Final words from the Soul Oracle deck, February 9 through 15 for Scorpio. Find your backbone. Yeah, and don't make any big decisions. And where you're just going to have to be strong through this. Whatever this is that's going on for you. I mean, it's definitely a disruption in your material world. Again, this could be work, money related, the disruption in your housing situation, but it's an ending. And you've got, there's choices that are coming up for you, and I just wouldn't make those choices yet. I would go ahead and just kind of process what's going on, I guess is what I'm saying. Process what's going on. Don't start anything new. Don't make any big decisions. Just relax a little bit this week. Again, we've got that full moon energy coming up. So, you know, um, just be careful with your words and your actions, and and just really let that light of the moon this week come in and kind of illuminate, maybe what these choices are and what these thoughts are, and just kind of take the week to clear your head, not do anything new, not make any new decisions. And again, if you need to find your backbone, maybe it's time to do that. And you'll know if that's a message for you. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about there. So, Scorpio, I wish you the best of luck with this week. I mean, it looks like a little bit of a rough week for you, but you're going to get through it, and I think you're going to be fine. Come back next week. We'll see if this situation continues to evolve for you, or we may just be in a totally different energy for you next week. I do post every week, so come back and we'll see again if this changes for you. If you do like my reading style, please like and subscribe. That will first let you find me next week. And also, it really does help my channel. I think you're going to be just fine. I think, I've in the readings this week, a lot of people are kind of just going through some changes and adjustments. And I'm just really feeling that in the total collective. So, again, Scorpio, good luck with this, and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.